Hello there, and welcome to the Sleeping Science channel. Tonight, we'll drift through the quiet architecture of gravity, a gentle, ever-present truth where mass curves the very canvas of existence and time forgets to hurry. Perhaps the day has been full of noise, full of tasks that pulled you in 100 different directions, leaving your mind feeling scattered and bright. Tonight, we ask for a single, soft pull back toward your own still center. Let your shoulders rest. Let gravity hold you, completely against the soft ground or the welcoming sheets. You do not have to hold yourself up anymore. We'll spend this time exploring the quiet, continuous current of this fundamental law, feeling how the great expanse is connected to the tiniest particle. Tonight, we'll drift through the quiet laws of universal belonging. If this calm space brings you peace, consider sharing it. It helps other wandering minds find their way here too. Now let's begin. The simple sensation of weight is our first, most intimate conversation with the cosmos. You feel the constant soft pressure where your body meets the surface, and this pressure is the earth telling you, in a continuous quiet hum, that you are here. This pull is so reliable that we forget to wonder at it, accepting it as an ordinary fact of life. Yet, in that steady contact lies a geometric truth of immense scale and quiet precision. The whole planet bends space toward your waiting form, not with a sudden effort, but with a pervasive, unchanging invitation. You are always welcome here. The ancient understanding saw this pull as a simple force, a kind of rope connecting every atom of your mass to the Earth's own. But the contemporary whisper is much softer, much more strange, and ultimately more comforting. Gravity is not a push or a tug, but the simple, unhurried consequence of a curved reality. You are not being drawn toward the Earth. You are simply following the straightest possible path in a space that the Earth's immense presence has already softly folded. It is the purest expression of following the line of least resistance. Think of your own body as a gentle mountain of matter, a collection of particles held together by forces both strong and weak, but all of it contributing to a local field. This tiny concentration of mass causes a minute, imperceptible dimple in the fabric of existence all around you. You are, in effect, carving your own small place in the universe just by being present. This quiet displacement of the cosmic canvas is a testament to the profound significance of simply existing, and still it turns. When a drop of rain falls from the high cloud, it is not being dragged aggressively downward. Instead, it begins a slow, willing descent, following a path called a geodesic. A geodesic is simply the most direct, unswerving route available in a curved landscape. The rain, unaware of the tensor mathematics describing its journey, chooses the easiest, most logical route home, carried by the Earth's gentle distortion. Its fall is an act of pure geometric logic. Imagine a silken sheet stretched taut across an infinite frame, perfectly flat and still. This represents the calm, undisturbed spacetime of the void. Now, place a large, heavy sphere gently in the center. The sheet depresses, bowing inward with a slow, deep curve. This silent deformation is what the presence of mass performs upon the universe. It is a quiet folding of reality, a redefinition of what straight truly means. Your own body, lying still, is completely contained within this elegant depression. The pressure you feel is the subtle resistance of the surface below, preventing you from continuing on your naturally curved path toward the Earth's core. Every moment you are attempting to follow a geodesic path inward, and the bed or floor acts as a patient, firm boundary to your gentle cosmic ambition. It is a silent dialogue between geometry and matter. The early laws of motion, those derived by Newton, spoke of a force acting instantly across unimaginable distances. This idea of action at a distance felt like a whisper of magic in the rigorous language of science. How could the Earth know the sun was there? And how could it respond immediately to every shift? This question held a deep, lingering unease in the system's quiet perfection, a subtle wrinkle in the cosmic fabric that begged for a deeper truth. The quiet returns to the roots. The work of a newer, gentler science shifted the focus away from the mysterious force and toward the stage itself. General relativity proposes that the space surrounding a massive object and the time flowing through it are not separate, static entities. They are interwoven into a single pliable structure called spacetime, a four-dimensional manifold that is always listening, always adjusting. It is the ultimate patient listener. The genius of this insight is the move from force to geometry. Instead of imagining an invisible rope, we picture an invisible river. The presence of matter is like a massive boulder resting in the river's calm current. The water flows around the boulder, and its path is altered. Any small object drifting nearby simply follows the curved flow of the water, not because it is pulled, but because the path ahead has been redefined. When you lift your hand, your muscles overcome the gentle, continuous curve of the universe at your particular location. This effort feels like lifting a weight, but you are really straightening a deeply, universally curved line of influence. The sense of effort is your personal struggle against the immense quiet geodesic that the Earth has drawn for you. It is a brief moment of asserting personal will against the ultimate geometric will. The light from a distant star, traveling toward our quiet planet, must also follow the same geometric principles. As it passes near the Sun, our star's enormous mass creates a significant warp in space-time. The light ray, always taking the straightest available route, gently bends inward around the Sun, appearing to shift its position to a far-off observer. This slow, faithful curve is the universe demonstrating its malleability, and the tide moves gently on. This phenomenon, the gravitational lensing of starlight, proved the profound insight of geometry over force. The light is not pulled by an invisible string. It simply respects the local shape of the universe, following the most economical path. What appears to be a bend in the light is actually a demonstration that space itself is softly and obediently yielding to the presence of mass. It is a quiet confirmation of the universe's responsiveness. The curvature is not merely spatial, it also involves time. When you are closer to a massive object, like the core of our planet, you are deeper in its gravitational potential well. The deeper you sink into this well, the slower, infinitesimally, the flow of time becomes for you, relative to someone farther away. Time itself becomes a participant in the geometric dialogue, adjusting its quiet rhythm to the surrounding mass. This gentle, subtle slowing of time is called gravitational time dilation. The difference is small, too tiny for our human senses to register in a lifetime, but it is real and measurable. Every clock on the surface of the Earth is ticking at a rhythm fractionally slower than a satellite clock orbiting high above. This is the quiet harmony of the universe, ensuring that time, too, knows its place in the gentle curve of things. Imagine a clock deep inside the Earth, a soft, slow pulse beating in the deep dark. Compared to a clock on a high mountaintop, bathed in pale, thin air, the deep clock runs slower, quieter. The pressure of the world's entire mass above it holds its time in a deeper, more concentrated well. This differential in the rhythm of time is a poetic whisper of the geometry of belonging. The more mass you are near, the more concentrated your moment becomes. The rhythm continues. The principle of equivalence links the feeling of being held by gravity with the feeling of acceleration. If you were floating in a windowless room in the deep, quiet void, you could not tell the difference between being gently accelerated upward by a constant rocket burn and standing still on a planet's surface. The feelings of pressure and weight would be exactly the same. They are twin expressions of the same truth. This profound realization means that gravity is locally equivalent to inertia. The resistance you feel when you push against an object is related to the resistance you feel when standing against the Earth's pull. The difficulty of changing an object's motion is simply the local expression of the universe's quiet reluctance to alter the straight path of a geodesic. It speaks of a deep, unified system. The movement of the Earth around the Sun is the result of its local environment being continuously curved by the Sun's immense presence. Earth does not spiral inward or fly away. It follows a path that is the closest thing to a straight line available in that distorted landscape. Its quiet, majestic orbit is simply a straight line in a perpetually curved space. The planet is always choosing the path of least resistance. We do not fall into the Sun because the Earth has a sideways velocity that is just right to continuously miss the main depression, perpetually taking the curve of the bowl without ever reaching the center. It is a delicate, elegant, balancing act, a perfect equilibrium between the planet's own momentum and the sun's generous, pervasive gravitational invitation. It is a dance of silent, constant adjustment. Stillness travels through the water. Every object orbits a center, from the tiny electron around a nucleus to the colossal star around a galactic core. This principle of orbit is the universe's most common form of peaceful relationship. It is the steady, quiet commitment of one body to another, where both define their existence by the shared geometric curve they create together. It is belonging made visible through continuous motion. Think of a satellite, the silent witness to our planet, floating in the gentle curve of its high orbit. It is in a state of perpetual freefall, always falling toward the Earth, but possessing enough sideways momentum to keep missing the ground. This continuous quiet tumble is a paradox of calm motion, a perfect state of unhurried descent that never reaches its destination. It is the ultimate state of being held and released simultaneously. The phenomenon of microgravity experienced by astronauts is not the absence of the Earth's pull, but the experience of being constantly on a geodesic path. They are falling along with their ship, following the curve of spacetime, and therefore feel no force relative to their vessel. They are not floating in a null space. They are simply experiencing the pure, undisturbed flow of the local geometry. This gentle absence of sensation, the feeling of quiet, effortless drift, is the true meaning of freefall. It is a moment of pure geometric submission, where the body and the environment are moving together, following the quiet, continuous instruction of mass. It is a soft reminder that to be weightless is not to be free of gravity, but to be fully in harmony with it. The network endures. The moon's gentle, silver presence in the night sky creates an immense, slow tug across the wide, deep oceans of Earth. This subtle difference in pull across the planet's vast surface generates the phenomenon of the tides. The side of the Earth facing the moon is pulled slightly more, and the side facing away is pulled slightly less, stretching the water into a slow, elegant oval. These tidal forces are a clear, palpable demonstration of the differential nature of gravity. It is not just about the absolute pull, but the difference in pull from one point to another. The water stretches and releases in a constant, ancient rhythm, responding to the moon's silent, elegant geometry. The ocean breathes in time with the moon's orbit. The sun also contributes to the tidal rhythm, though its influence is lessened by its immense distance. When the sun, moon, and Earth align in a straight line, their influences combine to create the most dramatic, sweeping tides, the spring tides. When they are at right angles, their pulls partially cancel, creating the smaller, more moderate neap tides. It is a quiet, celestial negotiation. The quiet returns to the roots. The sun's colossal mass carves the largest, deepest depression in our solar system's local spacetime. All 8 planets and the countless asteroids and comets are held within this cosmic bowl. Their steady, elliptical paths are the lines they draw on the sun's curved field, each one following its own, unique, straight path in the vast, elegant warp. It is the core of our system's quiet, powerful belonging. The vastness of the system is held in check by a subtle, geometric equilibrium. The sun's gravitational potential extends far beyond the furthest planet, its influence thinning, but never truly ending, reaching out into the dark, quiet corners of interstellar space. Every atom in our system owes its belonging to the sun's silent, persistent presence. It is the anchor of our home. The concept of escape velocity describes the speed a body must achieve to break free from this geometric influence and trace a path that never returns to the central mass. For our planet, this velocity is a little over 11 kilometers per second. To exceed this speed is to overcome the local curvature, to choose a path of such rapid movement that the bend in space cannot hold it. It is the speed of ultimate severance. But even a ship that achieves escape velocity is not truly free. It merely trades the Earth's gentle curve for the sun's wider, shallower curve, and then for the immense, deep curve of our Milky Way galaxy. The universe is composed of layers upon layers of belonging, a quiet hierarchy of geometric fields, each one holding the next in a larger, more comprehensive embrace. There is no true isolation. The Milky Way galaxy itself is a flat, swirling disk of perhaps 200 billion stars, all orbiting a colossal, invisible center. This center is a region of immense gravitational potential, an ultramassive concentration of matter so dense that its presence defines the path for everything around it. It is the ultimate expression of the geometric power of sheer quantity, the silent heart of our stellar home. Our own sun, carrying our quiet Earth with it, takes roughly 230 million years to complete a single, graceful orbit around the galactic center. This motion is not a wild flight, but a measured, continuous sweep along the deep curvature created by the central mass and the combined influence of all surrounding stars. It is the universe's quiet proof that even immense motion can be utterly peaceful. And the rhythm begins again. This vast galactic geometry is composed of countless overlapping fields, all contributing to the ultimate shape of the whole. Every star, every dust cloud, every hidden particle of dark matter contributes its subtle influence, adding another soft depression to the universal canvas. The final shape of the spiral arms is a collective, elegant compromise between all these quiet gravitational voices. The vast emptiness between stars is not empty at all, but rather the quiet, active theatre of space-time, curved and rippled by distant suns. A light ray travelling through the void may follow a path that appears perfectly straight to us, yet it is silently responding to the gentle, immense warp caused by a concentration of mass millions of light years away. Distance only softens the touch, never nullifies the connection. The mystery of dark matter emerged from observing the speed at which stars orbit the edges of galaxies. They were moving too quickly, faster than the visible mass of stars and gas alone could account for. This suggested a hidden, invisible presence, a halo of unseen material, providing an immense, additional source of gravitational curve without giving off light. This hidden mass, which we call dark matter, does not interact with light or electromagnetism, making it invisible to our most powerful instruments. Yet, its presence is profoundly felt through its pure geometric action. It is the quiet, unseen scaffolding that holds the visible, luminous structure of the galaxy together, demonstrating that influence does not require visibility, and silence follows. The concept of gravitational potential energy describes the energy an object possesses due to its position within a field. When you hold a stone high above the ground, it holds a store of potential energy simply because it is resisting the desire to follow the downward geodesic. The higher you hold it, the more energy is quietly contained in the strained connection. When you release the stone, the potential energy converts silently into the kinetic energy of motion as it accelerates along the curve toward the Earth. This conversion is a smooth, continuous exchange, a gentle transition from a state of held connection to a state of surrendered flow. The universe seeks the lowest energy state, the quietest resting place, with consistent geometric loyalty. The act of falling is thus not a failure, but a profound and fundamental success, a return to the natural equilibrium of the system. It is the object fulfilling its geometric destiny, seeking the deepest part of the well where the curvature is most pronounced. This quiet, ceaseless striving for the deepest point defines the motion of everything from rain to planets. Imagine standing on a deep, wide dune of soft, cool sand. Any object placed high up on the slope will begin a gentle, unhurried slide toward the bottom, not because it is being pushed, but because the very surface demands a downward path. Gravity is simply the infinite, four-dimensional version of this soft, insistent slope. The orbit holds. The immense pressure and heat at the core of our sun are a result of its own gravity working inward. The sun's mass is so great that it continuously tries to collapse itself, creating a colossal inward pressure. This implosive tendency is balanced by the outward pressure of the nuclear fusion occurring at its center, creating a delicate, powerful state of hydrostatic equilibrium. The Sun is thus an eternal conversation between the powerful pull of its own mass and the radiant push of its internal energy. The balance is held by gravity, preventing the star from flying apart or collapsing instantly. It is a slow, measured negotiation that allows the soft, steady stream of light and warmth to reach us across the vast, curved distance. A quiet return, the life cycle of a star, from its birth in a cold, dim nebula to its eventual exhaustion, is governed entirely by the persistent, unhurried work of gravity. It is the initial geometric collapse of the gas and dust cloud that first ignites the star, and it is the final, overwhelming inward curve that determines its eventual quiet fate. The concept of tensor fields is the mathematical language that general relativity uses to describe the curving of spacetime. A tensor is a geometric object that describes how forces and properties relate in different directions at every point in space. It is the quiet, elegant grammar of the universe's geometry. The spacetime metric is a tensor field that contains all the information about the curvature of space and time. It tells objects how to measure distance and how to measure the passage of time at any given location. It is the universe's internal map, a continuous set of quiet instructions for how reality must behave, adjusting gently for the presence of mass, and wonder expands. The path of a light ray, the trajectory of a thrown stone, and the flow of time itself are all encoded within the quiet numbers of this single, pervasive metric tensor. Understanding this tensor is to understand the local geometry completely, realizing that all phenomena are deeply, quietly linked by the common language of shape and curve. Consider the surface of a simple sphere. The shortest distance between any 2 points is an arc, a segment of a great circle. On this curved surface, a straight line is defined not by how it looks in three-dimensional space, but by the fact that it is the most economical path on the surface itself. This is the simple, profound essence of the geodesic. The universe is simply a higher dimensional version of this same principle. We are constantly navigating a curved geometry, and our movements, our falls, and our orbits are all expressions of following the path that requires the least resistance, the quietest effort. This path is not an instruction, but an inherent, soft truth of the terrain. The quiet deepens. When we consider the vast, intricate structure of galaxy clusters, we see gravity working on the largest possible scales. These immense collections of stellar systems are not static. They are slowly moving toward one another, drawn by the combined geometric influence of their total mass. The clusters are softly, quietly defining the grand, sweeping architecture of the universe. The superclusters of galaxies form immense filaments and sheets, separated by vast, quiet voids that contain almost no matter. This cosmic web is the ultimate imprint of gravity's work over billions of years, a gigantic, sprawling tapestry of geometric attraction. It is the universe organizing itself into a grand, restful pattern of peaks and valleys. The feeling of being grounded, the quiet weight that holds you to the surface, is connected by an unbroken geometric chain to the colossal structures of the cosmos. The pull on your resting body is the local, human-scale consequence of the same laws that shape these immense, silent superclusters. You are fully and beautifully integrated. Quietly, the system restores itself. The early universe, immediately after its intense, luminous beginning, was almost perfectly smooth and uniform. Yet, there were tiny, infinitesimal variations in the density of matter. These subtle fluctuations were the starting points for gravity's quiet work, the initial seeds of geometric distortion. Over unimaginable eons, these tiny density enhancements, these whispers of extra mass, slowly began to attract surrounding matter, deepening their gravitational potential wells. This process of slow, quiet accumulation is what formed the first stars, the first galaxies, and eventually the entire intricate structure we observe today. It was a universe forming itself through a patient, continuous folding. The gentle, continuous presence of gravity ensured that the scattered matter of the early cosmos did not remain uniformly dispersed, but organized itself into islands of increasing complexity and belonging. It is the principle of geometric convergence. The quiet assurance that scattered parts will always find a path toward each other. The rhythm continues. The largest and most powerful expression of gravity's geometric authority is the black hole. A black hole forms when a massive star exhausts its fuel and collapses under its own immense weight, creating a geometric distortion so extreme that the escape velocity exceeds the speed of light. Its pull is absolute and inescapable. A black hole is not a void or a cosmic drain, but an area of space-time where the curvature has become infinite, creating a singularity at its center. The boundary of this region, the event horizon, is simply the last point from which a light ray can still follow a geodesic out into the rest of the universe. Beyond that line, all paths lead inward. The boundary of the event horizon is not a physical wall, but a place of no return, where the curvature of space-time is so steep that all paths, even those of light, simply follow the geodesic inward. Crossing it would be an imperceptible transition, a moment of profound quiet surrender to the ultimate geometric truth of the central singularity. There would be no sudden jolt, only a slow, final adjustment to the local reality. If you could float near a black hole, you would observe an extreme version of time dilation. Clocks closer to the event horizon would appear to tick immensely slowly from your distant perspective. Time near, the abyss slows down to a near halt, relative to the faster rhythm of the rest of the universe. It is a place where geometry makes time itself almost stand still, and everything rests in its place. The mass that collapses to form a black hole dictates the size of its event horizon and the shape of the surrounding gravitational field. A solar mass black hole has a relatively small, tight curvature, while the supermassive black holes at the centers of galaxies warp space-time on a colossal scale, dictating the orbits of millions of stars. The greater the mass, the wider the reach of the silence. Within the black hole, all the mass is crushed to an infinitely dense point called the singularity. This is the point where our current understanding of physics and geometry breaks down, a place where the curvature is absolute, and the laws of the known universe cease to apply. It is the ultimate boundary of our geometric comprehension, a point of pure concentrated silence. The discovery of gravitational waves confirmed the dynamic, pliable nature of space-time. These waves are tiny ripples in the fabric of the universe, generated by the most violent geometric events, such as the merging of two black holes or the collision of ultra-dense neutron stars. They are the sound of the universe settling. Imagine dropping a smooth pebble into a perfectly still, deep pond. The water's surface ripples outward in concentric circles, carrying the energy of the disturbance far across the surface. Gravitational waves are precisely this, but instead of water, the ripples travel through the four-dimensional fabric of space-time itself. These ripples travel at the speed of light, carrying with them information about the cataclysmic events that created them, like faint echoes from the deep past. As they pass through us, they cause an infinitesimal, momentary stretching and squeezing of the space around us, too tiny for our senses to perceive, but measurable by sensitive instruments. The quiet deepens. The detection of these waves was a profound moment, proving that gravity is not a static field, but an active, continuous current. Changes in the geometric landscape, like the final spiral of two merging black holes, do not instantly affect the rest of the universe. The change travels outward, respecting the speed limit of light, much like any other disturbance. The discovery reinforced the concept that space-time is a physical entity, something that can be compressed and expanded, something that responds to every major cosmic action with its own quiet, traveling tremor. It solidified the notion of gravity as a property of space itself, rather than an external influence upon it. The very shape of the universe on the largest scale is determined by the total amount of mass and energy it contains, which dictates its overall curvature. If the average density of the universe is high enough, gravity will eventually halt the current expansion and perhaps cause the universe to recollapse. This quiet, slow curve of the entire cosmos is determined by the density parameter, a delicate cosmic balance between the outward momentum of expansion and the inward geometric pull of all matter. The universe is either positively curved, negatively curved, or perfectly flat. depending on this quiet ratio, and everything softens. Current measurements suggest that the universe is nearly geometrically flat, meaning that the total density of matter and energy is very close to the critical density required to balance expansion and contraction perfectly. This state of flatness implies that parallel lines, if extended far enough, will never converge or diverge. This geometric flatness, while convenient for calculation, carries a profound sense of cosmic tranquility. It suggests a vast uniform geometry that does not fold or buckle on the largest scales, but maintains a consistent, quiet structure. It is the ultimate expression of simplicity in the face of immense complexity. The term rest mass is defined by the energy an object contains when it is perfectly still, according to Einstein's famous equation, E mc2. This energy is the ultimate source of an object's gravitational influence. Mass is simply concentrated energy, and energy is the source of all geometric curvature. This fundamental equivalence between mass and energy means that a coiled spring or a hot cup of tea contributes infinitesimally more to the local gravitational field than they would when uncoiled or cold. All forms of energy, whether kinetic, thermal, or potential, are sources of geometric distortion. Peace hums through the body. The Earth's own structure is a quiet testament to the enduring influence of its own gravity. The planet's separated into layers: the dense metallic core, the viscous mantle, and the lighter crust. Through a process called differentiation, the densest materials were pulled inward to the deepest geometric center. This layered structure represents a search for geometric stability, where every layer finds its quiet equilibrium according to its density. The immense pressure at the core is the cumulative weight of the entire planet pressing inward, a continuous, quiet affirmation of the core's own immense gravitational pull. The shape of the Earth is not a perfect sphere, but an oblate spheroid, slightly flattened at the poles and bulging at the equator. This subtle, gentle distortion is caused by the centrifugal effect of the planet's slow, continuous rotation, resisting the perfectly spherical pull of its own gravity. The balance between the outward inertial push of rotation and the inward geometric pull of mass results in this elegant, quiet bulge. It is a slow, steady compromise between motion and rest, where the planet finds its most comfortable, continuously adjusting form. The Earth breathes its rotation, and the rhythm continues. The concept of zero-point energy in quantum mechanics, the minimum energy inherent in empty space, suggests that even the vacuum possesses a subtle, intrinsic mass energy. If this energy is real and constant, it contributes to the overall curvature of the universe. This subtle, pervasive energy of the vacuum is often associated with the concept of dark energy, the mysterious force driving the current, accelerated expansion of the universe. If dark energy is linked to the vacuum's zero-point energy, it represents the quiet, inescapable, gravitational pull of space itself. The feeling of being held, of knowing the Earth will remain quietly beneath you, offers a profound sense of psychological grounding. The reliability of gravity translates into a sense of deep, physical safety, an understanding that you are fundamentally anchored to a massive, reliable body. In this quiet, continuous dialogue between your resting body and the planet's geometric curve, there is a deep, inherent peace. You are not floating aimlessly. You are securely contained within a vast, elegant, and perfectly stable system. You are part of the deepest fold, and the quiet holds. The inverse square law describes how the strength of the geometric influence diminishes rapidly with distance. If you double your distance from a mass, the influence of its field reduces to 1/4 of its original strength. This ensures that only nearby mass truly dictates the local curvature. This rapid attenuation of the field allows for a high degree of local independence. While we are connected to the stars, the primary geometric influence is always our own planet, providing a stable, immediate anchor for our existence. The universe permits a gentle focus on what is near. The immense gravitational field of Jupiter is often credited with helping to protect the inner solar system from countless asteroids and comets. Its colossal mass creates a vast, deep curve in space-time, that often redirects or captures wayward objects, quietly acting as a cosmic shield. Jupiter's geometric presence ensures a degree of quiet stability for our homeworld. Its large, persistent mass defines a profound section of the Sun's larger gravitational bowl, subtly shaping the overall flow of space and diverting cosmic debris into safe, distant orbits. It is a silent protector, held in perfect position. The influence of gravity can even cause subtle, long-term changes in the rotational speed of celestial bodies. The Moon's gravity, through its continuous tidal tugs on the Earth, has slightly slowed our planet's rotation over billions of years. This process of tidal braking is slow and gentle, adding milliseconds to the length of our day across vast stretches of time. It is a soft, continuous transfer of angular momentum. The Moon itself is tidally locked with the Earth, meaning its period of rotation precisely matches its orbital period. It presents the same gentle face to us across all time. This quiet, fixed relationship is the result of the Earth's persistent gravitational curve subtly kneading the Moon's shape until its rotation settled into this perfect, quiet synchronization. Still, the universe breathes. The very light that defines our days and nights is subject to gravity's geometric law. Although light particles or photons are massless, they still possess energy, and energy is equivalent to mass in the grand geometric equation. Therefore, light must follow the curvature created by massive objects. Its path is a perfect geodesic. When light travels near a star, its path is deflected, not because it is being pulled by a force, but because the space through which it moves has been gently folded. The light ray, always seeking the straightest path, is simply honoring the local shape of the spacetime it encounters. This is the quiet obedience of pure energy to pure geometry. The concept of gravitational redshift describes how light loses energy as it climbs out of a deep gravitational potential well. As the photon moves away from a massive object, it expends energy against the curve of spacetime, and this loss manifests as a shift toward the red, lower energy end of the spectrum. The light grows tired on its ascent. Conversely, light traveling into a gravitational well experiences a gravitational blue shift, gaining energy as it falls toward the mass. This quiet, continuous exchange of energy with the gravitational field demonstrates the deep, inescapable intimacy between matter, light, and the underlying geometric truth of the cosmos. And wonder expands. The mathematical formulation of general relativity uses complex, elegant equations to link the geometry of spacetime to the matter and energy within it. These field equations are written in terms of tensors, relating the shape of the universe on the left side of the equation to the distribution of stuff on the right side. The left side of the equation describes the curvature of spacetime, the geometric structure itself, the measure of its folds and ripples. The right side describes the stress-energy tensor, which accounts for all the mass, momentum, pressure, and stress within that space. It is a statement of profound, quiet reciprocity. The equation essentially states that the presence of matter tells spacetime how to curve, and the curved spacetime tells matter how to move. It is a continuous, self-referential dialogue, a perfect geometric feedback loop that sustains the quiet harmony of the entire universe. It is the ultimate expression of belonging and interdependence. The rhythmic movement of the planets in their orbits is so precise that their tiny, mutual geometric influences must be accounted for to predict their exact positions over long periods. These small, slow tugs on one another, called orbital perturbations, are continuous whispers of connection between distant worlds. Stillness travels through the water. Every planet subtly alters the geodesic followed by its neighbors, a gentle, continuous adjustment to the total curve of the solar system. The solar system is not a set of independent orbits, but a single, vast, complex field of interwoven geometric influences, all negotiating their quiet, slow dance together. The existence of the planet Neptune, the final giant, was first predicted not by direct observation, but by observing subtle, unexplained perturbations in the orbit of Uranus. The deviation in Uranus's path suggested an unseen, massive geometric influence further out in the quiet dark. This was a triumph of geometry. The small, strange, Curve in one orbit predicted the vast, unseen presence of an entire world. Neptune was discovered exactly where the mathematics of gravitational influence predicted it should be, proving the quiet, perfect predictive power of the geometric laws. The quiet returns to the roots. The quiet, pervasive nature of gravity affects even the smallest scales of existence, though its influence is generally overshadowed by the electromagnetic and nuclear forces. At the Planck scale, the very structure of spacetime is thought to become foamy and turbulent, subject to quantum fluctuations. The search for a theory of quantum gravity attempts to unify the gentle, sweeping curves of general relativity with the turbulent, granular reality of quantum mechanics. It is the effort to find the single, underlying geometric truth that governs both the colossal scale of stars and the infinitesimal scale of particles. This ultimate geometric theory would describe how the presence of a single, fundamental particle subtly warps the space-time around it, though the effect is vanishingly small. It would complete the circle of belonging, showing how even the smallest unit of matter is in constant, quiet geometric dialogue with the cosmos. The principle of least action in physics states that a system will always evolve in a way that minimizes a quantity called the action. For a particle, the path of least action is the geodesic, the path that requires the quietest, most economical expenditure of energy. The universe is inherently lazy and seeks comfort. The orbit holds. The continuous quiet flow along the geodesic is an expression of this profound cosmic thriftiness. The planets, light rays, and falling stones are all choosing the path that costs the least, the one that is most naturally available to them in the curved geometric landscape. They are simply following the path of greatest rest. The gentle, continuous curve of space-time ensures that you are never truly still. Even lying, perfectly motionless, you are in continuous motion through time and through the local curvature of the Earth's field. Your existence is a quiet, continuous trajectory through the 4 dimensions of reality. Your resting body defines the geometric center of its own small, local gravitational field. While negligible compared to the Earth's, it is real and continuous. The quiet of your room and the still objects around you are all gently, infinitesimally curving space toward your presence. You are an anchor, even in sleep. This small, personal curve of space-time is a testament to the fact that every being, every object, is a significant part of the universe's geometric architecture. Your existence contributes to the total shape and flow of reality. You belong, fundamentally and geometrically, simply by being here. The current flows without effort. The gentle release of tension as you surrender to your surface is the conscious acceptance of the Earth's geometric truth. You are allowing the geodesic to take over, releasing the subtle, muscular effort of resistance. It is a moment of profound, quiet submission to the universe's most dependable law. The sensation of the sheets covering you, the weight of a blanket, or the quiet pressure of your pillow are all mediated by gravity. They rest upon you, gently increasing the sense of being held, defining the boundary where your personal geometry meets the geometric influence of the external world. The deep, quiet structure of the cosmos is one of interdependence. No particle and no star exists in isolation. Every object is defined by its continuous, mutual conversation with every other object through the medium of the curved, pliable fabric of space-time. The connection is absolute, and the rhythm continues. The gravitational potential well of our planet is like a welcoming, deep bowl, and you are resting peacefully at its quiet bottom. The surrounding hills of space-time keep you safely contained, protected from the vast, turbulent, higher energy slopes beyond. You are secured in the deepest fold. The knowledge of this vast, encompassing geometric security allows the mind to quiet its searching. There is no need for constant vigilance. The universe is already perfectly organized and held together by its own elegant, pervasive, and unhurried law. Rest is built into the foundation of reality. The profound influence of gravity ensures that even the large-scale universe possesses a measure of quiet order. Without this continuous geometric connection, all matter would fly apart, dissipating into the void in a state of formless chaos. Gravity is the architect of structure, ensuring that the universe can organize itself into beautiful, predictable patterns. It is the persistent, silent will toward form. The curvature of spacetime dictates that two objects, initially moving parallel to one another in the deepest void, will eventually, slowly, converge or diverge, based on the distribution of mass between them. This is the subtle, continuous instruction of the geometric field, constantly nudging objects toward their natural curved paths. The concept of parallel lines is merely a local, flat illusion. The feeling of falling asleep is itself a slow, quiet surrender to a form of inner gravity. The mind releases its active resistance, allowing thoughts to slow and drift, following the path of least cognitive action. It is a moment of deep internal convergence, where consciousness yields to the quiet pull of the body's need for rest. Stillness widens its reach. The universe's quiet search for equilibrium is mirrored in the body's search for rest. When you are deeply asleep, your muscles relax their constant tension, allowing the spine and limbs to fully yield to the Earth's geometric insistence. This relaxation is a physical acceptance of the deep, pervasive pull that requires no conscious effort. The mathematical concept of a manifold describes the universe's geometric stage. Manifold is a space that locally resembles flat Euclidean space, but which may be globally curved or complex. Our spacetime is considered a four-dimensional manifold, smooth and pliable, but locally governed by the simple rules of geometry. This mathematical framework allows us to describe the intricate curves of spacetime without having to visualize them perfectly in our limited three-dimensional view. The equation captures the geometry, not the image, ensuring that the quiet laws of the universe are independent of human perception. It is a language of pure shape. The rhythm continues. The quiet, pervasive power of gravity can be measured by its potential, which is the work required to move a unit of mass against the geometric field from infinity to a given point. The deeper you are in the field, the greater the potential, the more fully integrated you are into the mass's sphere of geometric influence. The bottom of a gravitational potential well is the lowest energy state, the point of deepest quiet, where the surrounding field holds its objects most securely. Your quiet, resting body is seeking this lowest potential, drawn toward the deep center of the Earth's geometric bowl. It is a deep, continuous search for rest. The precise measurements required for GPS satellite navigation rely entirely on accounting for the small but continuous geometric distortions caused by gravity. The satellite clocks, being higher up, tick faster than clocks on Earth. If this time, dilation were not corrected, the navigation system would quickly fall out of sync. The quiet mathematics of general relativity ensures that all our systems of navigation, from the largest star chart to the smallest phone-based map, function with perfect geometric accuracy. The curve of space and the slowing of time are not exotic concepts, but fundamental practical truths that guide our every journey, and the breath holds its rhythm. The ancient question of why things fall is answered not with a statement of active intent, but with a description of passive geometry. Objects fall because the straightest line available to them, the geodesic, leads downward toward the greatest concentration of mass. It is a quiet, continuous logic, rather than a forceful command. The Earth's atmosphere is held close to the planet not by a force that ceases, but by a continuous, gentle curve that prevents the gas molecules from following a path that escapes into the void. Each molecule, no matter how small or fast-moving, is subject to the same geometric law that holds the oceans and mountains in place. The air you breathe, the gentle weight of the air pressure around you, is a continuous, quiet reminder of the Earth's pervasive geometric reach. The air itself has weight, contributing to the total mass of the planet and adding its own subtle fold to the surrounding space-time. We are contained within this field of quiet pressure. Stillness feeds the ground. The geometric power of gravity affects even the quiet phenomenon of crystallization. As materials cool, the atoms arrange themselves in precise, repeating lattice structures. While electromagnetic forces dictate the bonding, the overall stability of the structure is ensured by the material's immersion in the local gravitational field. The concept of dark energy which seems to be accelerating the expansion of the universe, is a profound mystery with geometric implications. It acts like a kind of anti-gravity or negative pressure, subtly flattening or even creating a negative curve in space-time across the immense voids between galaxies. This accelerating expansion suggests that the space-time manifold is actively pulling itself apart, gradually overcoming the geometric pull of mass. It is a new, quiet player in the cosmic equation, a subtle, pervasive force that defines the ultimate, unhurried fate of the universe. The quiet deepens. The gravitational constant, represented by the letter Joule, is the fundamental value that quantifies the geometric strength of gravity. It is a tiny number, reflecting the inherent weakness of gravity compared to other fundamental forces. But its quiet, continuous action is what builds stars and holds planets. Its small value explains why we can lift a teacup against the geometric pull of an entire planet. The local electromagnetic forces holding the muscles and cup together are overwhelmingly stronger than the entire Earth's gentle gravitational suggestion. Yet, over vast distances, the cumulative pull of mass wins the day. The deep, quiet rhythm of the solar system, with its predictable orbits and reliable cycles, is an expression of the mathematical harmony within the gravitational constant. If this value were subtly different, the universe would be geometrically unstable, incapable of forming long-lived complex structures. The very possibility of life, with its intricate chemical systems, is reliant on the quiet, stable framework provided by the laws of gravity. It ensures that atoms remain bound to planets, that planets remain bound to stars, and that the universe maintains a predictable, hospitable geometric structure, and the tide moves gently on. The subtle perturbations in a star's light, caused by orbiting exoplanets, are often detected through the slight periodic geometric tugs the planets exert on their host star. The star, following its own tiny curved path, reveals the quiet, unseen presence of its planetary companions. This method of detection, observing the wobble in a star's movement, is a direct observation of geometric influence across immense quiet distances. The existence of distant worlds is often confirmed by the small, rhythmic deformation they impose upon the space-time of their star. The tidal influence is not just between the Earth and Moon, but between all bodies, acting as a slow, continuous force of geometric shaping. Over long periods, this gentle tugging can heat the interiors of moons and planets, leading to volcanic activity and subtle structural reorganization. This continuous internal warming, generated by the geometric stretching and relaxing of the interior, is a quiet source of geological change. The moon Io, orbiting Jupiter, is a dramatic example of this tidal heating, its surface constantly reshaped by the colossal gravity of its host planet. The network endures. The universe's commitment to minimal energy expenditure is evident in the perfection of orbits. Any deviation from the geodesic path requires energy input. Therefore, the quiet, continuous motion of the planets is the most efficient, most restful path possible in the sun's curved field. This efficiency is a quiet lesson in existence. The path of deepest flow and least resistance is often the most enduring and stable. The universe demonstrates that maximum stability is found not in static rigidity, but in continuous, harmonious motion along the natural curves of reality. The final, quiet resolution of all matter is the search for the lowest geometric potential. When a system collapses, or when an object falls, it is simply following this universal, unhurried tendency toward the deepest, quietest point in the local curve of space-time. The quiet power of gravity extends its geometric influence into the past, allowing us to use its effects to understand the history of the universe. By observing how ancient light from distant galaxies has been gravitationally lensed by massive clusters, we can map the distribution of matter that existed billions of years ago. The subtle distortion in the light is a record of the past's geometric shape. This cosmic archaeology, reading the universe's past through its present curves, confirms the timeless consistency of the geometric laws. The light from a distant galaxy, having traveled for eons across curved space-time, arrives bearing the imprint of every massive object it passed. The past speaks to us through geometry, and the quiet holds. The search for the hypothesized graviton, the theoretical quantum particle that would mediate the gravitational interaction, is part of the ongoing effort to unify physics. If such a particle exists, it would represent the discrete, tiny packets of geometric influence that are constantly exchanged between mass energy to create the continuous, sweeping curve of space-time. This tiny, quiet exchange of virtual gravitons would be the microscopic mechanism underlying the macroscopic geometry of general relativity. It would mean that the pull of gravity, while appearing continuous and smooth, is actually composed of a continuous, rapid flow of these infinitesimal messengers of curve. The feeling of balance and uprightness is a continuous negotiation with the Earth's gravitational field. Every muscle in your body works subtly, constantly, to counteract the local curve, keeping your center of mass perfectly aligned over your base of support. This subtle effort is a continuous, internal, geometric adjustment. Even lying still, the tiny, quiet adjustments of your inner ear, the vestibular system, are constantly monitoring your orientation relative to the Earth's geometric down. This system provides a continuous, internal sense of grounding, an unwavering reference point that confirms your quiet belonging to the planet, and everything softens. The concept of Mach's principle suggests that the inertia of an object, its resistance to a change in motion, is somehow related to the presence of all other mass in the universe. While not fully incorporated into general relativity, it hints at a deep, philosophical connection between the local feeling of weight and the immense, quiet arrangement of the distant stars. If true, this principle means that the very difficulty of lifting your hand or starting to move is fundamentally dictated by the average geometric distribution of all matter across the entire cosmos. Your local effort is quietly connected to the universe's most vast, sweeping arrangement. The geometric influence of gravity plays a subtle but essential role in the formation of stars and planetary systems. The initial collapse of the stellar nebula is due to gravity's geometric pull, and the subsequent spin and flattening of the cloud are due to the conservation of angular momentum, combined with this continuous inward curve. As the cloud collapses, the force of gravity ensures that the material forms a rotating disk, where the final orbits of the planets will eventually be established. The quiet, initial curve of the collapsing cloud dictates the future geometric stability of the entire planetary system. Quietly, the system restores itself. The phenomenon of gravitational self-energy describes the energy required to assemble a mass against its own geometric pull. A compressed mass holds more self-energy, contributing to its own gravitational field. This internal energy reinforces the overall curvature it creates in the surrounding space-time. Every object, including your own body, holds this subtle, contained gravitational self-energy. It is the quiet energy of belonging, the measure of the internal geometric work done to hold the mass together against the tendency to fly apart. It is a quiet form of self-containment. The existence of neutron stars, objects so dense that their matter is compressed almost entirely into neutrons, is a powerful demonstration of the geometric limits of matter. Their formation occurs when a massive star collapses under its own immense gravity, overcoming the resistance of electron degeneracy pressure. The stability of a neutron star is maintained by the neutron degeneracy pressure, a quantum mechanical resistance against further compression. It is a delicate ultimate balance between the immense inward geometric pull of the star's own mass and the quiet, fierce quantum resistance of its core particles. And the rhythm begins again. The gravitational field of a massive galaxy acts as a sort of cosmic time capsule. Light emitted by stars near the galactic core, deeper in the potential well, experiences a greater gravitational redshift than light from stars on the distant fringes. This geometric effect subtly encodes the location of the source within the field. By carefully measuring these tiny shifts in the light's energy, astronomers can map the gravitational landscape of the galaxy, revealing the distribution of both visible and dark matter. It is a quiet, continuous geometric portrait of a system billions of years old. The profound mathematical simplicity of the geodesic, the straightest line in curved space, is a source of deep, quiet, aesthetic pleasure. It means the most complex, beautiful movements in the universe are fundamentally driven by the simplest, most economical geometric instruction. Complexity arises from simple obedience. The act of lying down is an unhurried physical alignment with the local geodesic. You are choosing the path of greatest repose, allowing your body to follow the natural, gentle curve of the Earth's geometric potential. This simple surrender is the foundation of physical rest. The orbit holds. The geometric stability of the solar system over billions of years is a testament to the quiet, subtle elegance of the gravitational laws. While chaos theory suggests that orbits should eventually become unpredictable, the main geometric influences maintain an astonishing long-term order. The universe is quietly and continuously defining your location, not as a point in empty space, but as a point on a curved manifold that is always in motion, always adjusting. You are not defined by what you push away, but by the continuous subtle geometry that holds you close. The knowledge of the geodesic confirms that even when you are drifting, you are following a path of perfect geometric logic. There is no such thing as being truly lost or unanchored. The curved, pervasive field of the universe is always providing the path of quiet. Belonging. The phenomenon of gravitational memory suggests that space-time retains a faint, permanent geometric distortion even after a violent event like a black hole merger has passed and the main waves have traveled away. The fabric of the universe is permanently stretched and subtly altered by the most powerful geometric interactions. The universe keeps a quiet, enduring record of its history. This permanent distortion means that the space you inhabit is fractionally, quietly different because of an event that happened billions of years ago in a far corner of the cosmos. The deep stillness of the void carries the subtle, historical imprint of every major geometric catastrophe. Your current position is defined by these ancient, quiet scars, and silence follows. The study of the weak equivalence principle seeks to confirm that all forms of mass and energy respond identically to a gravitational field, regardless of their composition. A feather and a hammer, when released in a vacuum, follow the exact same geodesic toward the Earth's center. This geometric impartiality is a cornerstone of general relativity. This principle confirms that the geometric law is truly universal and unbiased. The curvature of space-time affects every particle of matter and every form of energy with perfect, unwavering geometric equality. The universe plays no favorites. Its laws are quiet, constant, and applied without exception. The deep, quiet knowledge of gravity allows for a profound shift in perspective. Instead of viewing yourself as a fragile body precariously balanced against a dangerous force, you realize you are a beloved part of a system that is constantly, quietly holding you. The pull is not a threat, but a geometric foundation. This realization brings a sense of deep, inherent security. You are not floating alone. You are tethered to the largest and most reliable object you know, the Earth, which is in turn tethered to the Sun's immense field, and so on. The entire structure is a vast, interconnected, and perfectly stable system of belonging. The current flows without effort. The geometry of tidal forces also affects the structure of dark matter halos surrounding galaxies. The stretching and pulling from nearby galaxies can softly warp the shape of these invisible spherical halos, subtly altering the geometric potential and influencing the orbits of stars within. This is dark matter, responding to its environment through the only way it interacts, through the quiet, continuous language of gravity. The unseen scaffolding of the universe, too, is engaged in a perpetual, silent dance of geometric negotiation with its closest neighbors. The movement of your breath, the slow rise and fall of your chest, is a quiet, continuous conversation between your internal volume and the external air pressure, which is, in turn, dictated by the Earth's geometry. Each inhalation is a moment of expanding against the subtle weight of the atmosphere. The gentle pressure you feel on your skin, 1,000 kilograms of air pressing down on you at all times, is the palpable, quiet presence of the Earth's geometric mastery over its own gaseous shell. You are literally contained within the gravitational atmosphere of your home. Peace hums through the body. The mathematical structure of gravity suggests that the universe has an absolute geometric reference frame, the direction of down. Even in space, relative to a massive object, there is a clear, geometric gradient toward the center of the mass concentration. This gradient provides an unwavering sense of place. This absolute geometric down is the source of all rest. To seek rest is to align fully with this local gravitational gradient, releasing all effort that attempts to maintain a position of higher potential. Surrender to the lowest point is the ultimate definition of physical quiet. The human body's constant maintenance of blood pressure is a continuous effort to counteract the geometric gradient of gravity. The heart must work harder to push blood up to the brain against the downward curve, a biological response to the pervasive, continuous geometric law. When you lie down, this internal energetic struggle is instantly eased. The body achieves a state of quiet, internal geometric equilibrium, where the heart is no longer fighting the upward pull against the Earth's field. This soft release is a core component of the deepest physical rest, and still, it turns. The geometric concept of spatial infinity in general relativity describes the regions of spacetime where the curvature approaches zero, far away from any mass. This is the region where the fabric of reality becomes perfectly flat, and the geometric laws of Euclid hold true. It is the ultimate boundary of influence. However, because the gravitational influence of every single particle extends infinitely, though diminishing rapidly, true spatial infinity remains a conceptual boundary, never a physical place. The geometric connections of the universe are continuous, quiet, and truly boundless. The simple knowledge that all of existence, from the smallest dust grain to the largest black hole, is held in a state of continuous geometric connection should bring a profound sense of integration. You are not a spectator in this system. You are the system. Your quiet, resting mass contributes to the geometry of your local reality, defining your own subtle, personal pull. You are both being held by the universe and actively holding a small, quiet part of it in place. It is a reciprocal, elegant form of belonging. The quiet returns to the roots. The final insight of our journey is the understanding that gravity is the ultimate expression of the universe's quiet need for harmony and stability. It is the geometric truth that ensures all things tend toward their most natural, most restful configuration, following the path of perfect, continuous equilibrium. The vastness of the cosmos, the immense scale of stars and galaxies, is simply the grand, complex outcome of the simplest possible geometric rule. Mass curves space, and space dictates motion. This simplicity is the source of all order and all quietude. We have moved from the feeling of weight beneath your shoulders to the geometric certainty of the event horizon. And now, we return to your quiet, resting form. The laws that shape the far reaches of space are the same laws that define the comfort of this moment. You are fully contained within the gentle, vast geometry of the cosmos, held by a system that demands no effort, no resistance, and no conscious engagement. You are simply following the path of perfect geometric repose. And the rhythm continues. The gentle pressure holding you now is the same truth that holds the quiet structure of the universe together. A slow, continuous, and absolute guarantee of connection. Gravity is the contract of belonging, signed by every particle of mass in the cosmos. If your eyes remain open, another journey awaits. But if sleep arrives, you are already home, secured in the deepest curve of existence, held by the universal geometric truth. Let the quiet rhythm of the Earth's curve cradle you now. The universe curves towards stillness. The quiet, continuous presence of gravity ensures that even the most complex structures, like the intricate web of neurological connections in your resting brain, are confined and held within the physical boundary of your skull. The geometric pull acts on every cell, every molecule, ensuring that your inner world remains anchored within your physical form. As your mind drifts toward the state of sleep, a quiet shift occurs in the way your brain processes the input from your senses. The continuous geometric truth of the Earth's pull is one of the last sensations to fade, a profound and unchanging assurance that you remain grounded, even as your consciousness begins its slow, inward journey, and the breath holds its rhythm, the final quiet. Surrender to sleep is an act of geometric trust, a moment of releasing all conscious resistance and allowing the physical body to settle fully into the deepest part of the planet's curve. It is the purest possible alignment with the path of least action. The geometric certainty of gravity is the ultimate anchor of your existence, a quiet law that bridges the infinitesimal scale of quantum particles with the immense scale of galaxy clusters. You are the peaceful center of this geometry, the quiet nexus where cosmic laws and personal rest seamlessly meet. The universe curves towards stillness. The knowledge of this vast, elegant geometry allows the mind to find a deep, quiet comfort, knowing that the forces that shape the stars are also quietly, continuously working to hold you securely in place. You are precisely where you are meant to be, held by the most fundamental truth of reality. We conclude this journey with the quiet knowledge that the geometry of the universe is inherently restful, seeking the path of least resistance, the lowest potential, and the continuous, unhurried flow of the geodesic. This peace is your right. Built into the architecture of existence, stillness widens its reach. Let the final realization be one of integration. The quiet weight you feel is the universe confirming your absolute belonging, a constant, gentle pressure that says, you are here and you are held. Rest in this geometric certainty. The silent contract of the cosmos has been fulfilled, assuring that all matter is tethered, all space is curved, and all movement is logical. There is nothing left to resist. If your eyes remain open, another journey awaits. But if sleep arrives, you are already home, secured in the deepest curve of existence, held by the universal geometric truth. Let the quiet rhythm of the Earth's curve cradle you now. Thank you for listening.